Seahawks Today coming up in just a moment, but first, I want to make sure that not only are you subscribed to Seahawks Today, but you're part of the Noti gang. Those are the folks that have their notifications turned on, and they are locked in. They are the first to know when we put up new content on our Seahawks Today YouTube channel. Anytime the Seahawks make a move, you're going to be the first to know about it. Anytime the Seahawks make a trade, a signing, whatever it may be, we're going to break it down on the channel for you. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you stay up to date what's happening in your favorite team. We got you covered. Chief with a $2 super chat says, how will our new coach affect our draft plan? So it's very interesting that you bring this up, Chief, because you think about it. John Schneider now takes on Pete's old role of overseeing the entire operation, right? And so the head coach is going to be somebody that shares John Schneider's vision and how they want to go about things with this Seahawks team. Now, that head coach might have an opinion and might have a way that they want things done, some recommendations they could throw out there. But at the end of the day, no matter what doesn't change is that John Schneider has final say. And this is his team, and it's going to be built as he sees fit. And I would think if it's a defensive head coach, then you're going to see more of a defensive-heavy draft. If it's an offensive head coach, you'll probably see more of an offensive-heavy draft. But based on coaching interviews and the way this cycle has gone, it sounds like Schneider's leaning towards going a defensive-minded coach. Teddy, who writes in with a $5 super chat, rather have Vrabel and Arthur Smith as our coaches over Dan Quinn and Chip Kelly. I like Vrabel a lot, but it doesn't sound like he's interested in us. As unfortunate as that may be to a lot of people, and I know that we were excited about the idea of talking to Mike Vrabel and seeing if he was potentially interested in being the next Seahawks head coach. He's taking these interviews with these other teams. Doesn't seem like he's got too much interest. So with that said, Dan Quinn, got a history with this organization. Chip Kelly, he had success in the Pacific Northwest with the Oregon Ducks as their head coach. I think I would be shocked if he took that job as OC, but I could certainly see what you mean, Teddy G. You're not wrong in that idea, but it's an interesting possibility. Legend of Boom forever. Any chance the Seahawks sign Kirk Cousins? Oh, God. Let's talk about Cousins. So, Cousins is an interesting pickle, right? The Minnesota Vikings are coming off a season where he got hurt, Achilles injury. It's not an easy thing to come back from unless you're Aaron Rodgers. And he's getting older, and he's not very cheap. He's an expensive, older quarterback. Remains to be seen if the Vikings are going to put that money up or not to keep Kirk Cousins there. So then you go to free agency. And if I'm the Seahawks, I'm not sitting here and trying to dish out the money to pay a guy like Kirk Cousins. Personally, I rather see the Seahawks go for a younger quarterback, a cheaper quarterback that doesn't cost you as much than what Cousins is going to demand. I don't see it happening. I think it's opposite of the direction Seattle's trying to go of building a young foundation. I just don't see it being the case. What do you guys think? Should the Seahawks sign Kirk Cousins? I'm against it. I say hell no. I'm typing HN in the chat. It's our pinned comment today. Weigh in, tell me what you think. HY for hell yes, HN for hell no. Let me know. Buzz in the chat says, who should be the Seahawks' top draft target? If it were up to me, I'd be looking at quarterback. I'd be going for a young quarterback. Somebody of the likes of Michael Penix, I think certainly intrigues me. I like, to me, that's what stands out. I like the idea of that, of going with a quarterback. I know that there's other potential quarterback options out there, the likes of Bo Nix and J.J. McCarthy, and the list goes on and on. That is the most intriguing for me, is going with a quarterback. But beyond that, I think you're looking at defensive talent at that point. And there's plenty of defensive options out there. I like Jared Verse from Florida State a whole lot too. Don't know where he's going to fall. He's been kind of all over the place when it comes to draft boards and all that. But we'll see what he does. But, Boz, that's what intrigues me. What about you? Who's the player the Seahawks should draft this April? Wait in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Who's the player that comes to mind that you would like to see in a Seahawks uniform in 2024? Today's show is offering a great deal on Seahawks hats. If you go to chatsports.com/Seahawks hats, then you can get one of these, and there's plenty of options. Got the sideline hats that we're offering, among with many others, and free shipping for a limited time. So what are you waiting for? Get yours today. Don't miss out on the opportunity. Get one of these awesome Seahawks hats on sale now. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hats. Get yours today. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hats. The man himself with a $2 super chat writes in, get Fields if no rookie quarterback and build around him. It's all about the price tag for me when it comes to Justin Fields. I'm not giving up a first. I'm not even giving up a second-round pick for Justin Fields. Seahawks don't have a second-round pick this year. They do next year. You could potentially give up. I'm in the bargain business, okay? I'm sure a lot of you in the Pacific Northwest, you've spent some time shopping at the grocery outlet, right? And you want to find those bargain buys. Justin Fields, he's going to be due a lot of money here soon. You know, he's looking for his second contract. He's shown flashes, but never had that consistency, and he's had the injury issues. If I can get a bargain buy, getting him out of Chicago, get a fresh start, see what he can do with this offense, third, fourth-round pick, absolutely, sign me up. But I'm not breaking the bank for Fields, if that makes sense. But you got a good idea. Thano, good to see you, Thano. If we traded Geno Smith, what do you think his value would be? Very good question, because Geno does take up a significant amount of money. He's not hella expensive, but he's not cheap either. I think he's fairly paid of what the Seahawks ended up giving him last season. But there's the other side of things. Let's just say, for all intents and purposes, if the Seahawks are shopping Geno Smith, if they are, then that's going to get around league circles. And then league circles start to think, wait, hold on a second. Why would we trade for Geno when they could just end up releasing him and then we don't have to pay him all that money? So I don't know how much, to be honest. I don't think his trade value would be a ton. Maybe you could use him to offset a trade to get the quarterback you want if some sorts do it that way. Virgil writes in, who would be an ideal OC candidate assuming we hire a defensive coach? I want names and social security numbers. Okay, let's rattle off some names here. I like Zach Robinson a whole lot. He's within the LA Rams organization. Guy I've known for a long time. Great quarterback at Oklahoma State. Played in Seattle for a hot minute. Does really well when it comes to analytics. His background used to work with PFF and has been all over the film study there. If you're looking for experience, I've always been a fan of Kellen Moore. I thought Kellen Moore did a good job in Dallas. Kind of got shafted there on that end. Kellen Moore comes to mind. I've always liked Eric Bieniemy as well. And you look at that Washington organization, they're bringing a new head coaching staff. I don't know if they're going to bring Bieniemy back. Those are kind of the three names off the top of my head I would think of that would be potential good fits that I would not complain about any of those three. Ziggy, all right, Tim. Do you know Chop Robinson? Do you think he would be good as a Seahawk? I like Chop Robinson a lot. Chop Robinson, best name in this year's draft, and has been super awesome to see his talent and his capabilities, and he's not just a name. He is super athletic and really just gets after the quarterback. I like Chop Robinson. I don't know if he'll still be available when the Seahawks pick, but he would be a name to watch potentially. Tyson writes in, do you think Bobby will coach after retirement? Who knows? Honestly, I don't know what Bobby's thinking. Maybe there's a lot of opportunities, I'm sure. I don't think he would ever be like a broadcaster. He's not one to talk a ton, but the coaching route, I wouldn't rule it out, but I don't know for certain on that when it comes to Bobby there, Tyson. Spencer with a $2 super chat. Good to see you, Spencer. Thanks for the super chat. What about Jordan Travis from FSU in the third round? I don't like spending a third-round pick for a quarterback with a broken leg that's 26 years old. Jordan Travis available later. Maybe we could have that conversation. But that seems a bit pricey for a quarterback coming off a broken leg. And he's that old. Yeah, I think it's a little early on Jordan Travis. We'll see what happens with him. Appreciate you joining us here on Seahawks Today. Subscribe now for the latest happenings on your favorite team. We got you covered, and we'll see you next time here on the channel.